Every time I write my desires as if they've already come true, I feel my brain begin to change immediately. It doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. To it, everything is a vivid, pulsating experience. This is how I understood that when I write, I am prosperous or my health is perfect, I am reprogramming my identity layer by layer. Every word I record on paper creates new connections within me, and these connections begin to shift the frequency of what I attract. This isn't just writing for the sake of writing. It's writing while feeling as if it's already true. I started playing with this in a simple way. I'd take a notebook and every day before doing anything else, I'd jot down things like, I live in abundance. My body overflows with energy. The daily practice, like watering a plant, created new roots in my subconscious. I remember the first time I noticed my mood shifting, as if my reality was being molded from the inside out. It wasn't magic. It was applied biology, conscious reprogramming. What's interesting is that when I write, I activate senses that the automatic mind often ignores. I feel the weight of the pen, the smell of the paper, the texture of the words flowing. All of this amplifies the signal I send to my body and the quantum field. When I write as if I've already achieved what I want, my nervous system begins to behave in alignment with this new reality. I don't wait for the world to change. Asterisk, I change first, asterisk. And inevitably, the world responds. I've learned to make writing a powerful anchor, especially on days when reality seems to challenge my dreams. Instead of surrendering to doubt, I reaffirm, asterisk, it's already done. It's mine. Asterisk, this practice became my safe haven. Now, whenever I need to transform an area of my life, I know exactly where to start. I take my pen and write what already is, not what's still missing. Every word is a seed planted in the field of infinite possibilities. It was through this process that I discovered the brain, this great inner teacher, works in fine harmony with the law of attraction, but not in the way most people understand it. I've always found it fascinating to realize that the brain doesn't know the difference between what's experienced and what's imagined. Through Harvard studies, I grasped the depth of this truth. If I visualize an experience intensely, my brain reacts as if it were really happening. This is an esoteric theory. It's pure neuroscience. When I imagine success, love, or an achievement, I'm literally training my nerve cells to adapt to this new identity. But there's a detail most people overlook. About 83% of people use this ability in reverse, focusing on their flaws, shortcomings, and failures. They visualize what they don't want, worry about problems, and reinforce states of lack. It was a hard truth to face. Every time someone repeats, I don't have money, no one loves me, my health is bad, they're reinforcing exactly that. It's not the universe punishing them. It's the brain obeying. So I started running internal experiments. Instead of thinking, I don't want to fail, I chose asterisk, I am a vibrant success. Asterisk, instead of, I don't want to get sick, I said asterisk, my health is radiant and flawless. Asterisk, the way my body responded differently was astounding. My emotions lifted to a new level just by shifting the focus of visualization. A simple exercise I still use today. Before bed, I spend 2 minutes mentally visualizing scenes of victory, vivid, detailed, and sensory rich. This is how I understood that the law of attraction isn't about desperately wanting. It's about tuning the brain, heart, and electromagnetic field to the same frequency of certainty. When I imagine a new reality and feel it's already true, I start emitting coherent signals. And life, like a great mirror, adjusts. Wishing alone isn't enough. You must embody this new state of being with every breath. But there's a major obstacle that still sabotages most people in this process, hiding behind a seemingly innocent question. Asterisk, how will this happen? Asterisk, for a long time, I fell into this trap too. It seemed logical, almost inevitable, to ask. But every time I did, I noticed something strange. The energy shifted. Instead of feeling inspired, I'd start worrying, doubting, calculating improbable paths. That's when I understood. By demanding the how, I was activating an old survival mode within me, one based on fear and scarcity. The brain, conditioned by the past, loves quick and predictable answers. When I asked how, I was unconsciously reverting to my old, stuck self, trapped in familiar patterns. I'd start thinking about limitations, difficulties, obstacles that seemed enormous. It was as if the moment I demanded a complete map, I was telling the universe, asterisk, I don't trust you, asterisk. And guess what? The field responds exactly to the vibration you emit. Doubt breeds more doubt. Anxiety breeds more anxiety. Now, instead of asking how, I choose to stay in the state of creation. I step into the field of infinite possibilities and remain there, feeding the emotion that is already done. It doesn't matter if the rational mind screams for explanations. I train it to rest. An exercise I still use today. I write in big letters, asterisk. I surrender to the unknown, asterisk, and place it where I can see it daily. It's a reminder that my job isn't to understand the path, but to hold the inner state. This shift in posture freed me from an invisible weight. When I let go of the how, unexpected solutions began to emerge. People I never imagined showed up in my life. Opportunities that seemed impossible appeared naturally. It was as if life could finally orchestrate what my small mental effort could never plan. I stopped being the stress planner and became the conscious creator. But it wasn't until I understood the true root of this pattern, the vicious cycle between desire and frustration, that I could take an even greater leap in my ability to manifest. For a long time, I was trapped in an endless loop. I'd intensely desire something, but soon after, frustration would set in when I didn't see immediate results. It was like trying to tune into an FM station using an AM radio. No matter how hard I tried, the frequencies didn't match. I realized my desires were being filtered through limiting paradigms. Old patterns keeping me connected to lack and dissatisfaction. Every time I'd want something deeply, then look at reality and see it hadn't happened yet, I'd reinforce the belief that it was hard or distant. The frustration, however silent, contaminated the vibration of the desire. It was like planting a seed and digging it up every day to check if it had sprouted. This unconscious behavior sabotaged the creative process, which should be natural and fluid. When I understood this, I began acting differently. I started treating my desires as realities already in motion, even if nothing around me had changed yet. When doubt arose, I observed it and let it pass like a cloud in the sky, an exercise I still do today. Whenever anxiety creeps in, I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat, asterisk, it's already done. It's on its way. Asterisk, it may seem simple, but it completely shifts the vibrational field. The real turning point came when I stopped measuring success through the eyes of the present and began guiding myself by the vision of the future. Instead of seeking external proof to believe, I chose to believe first, and then the signs multiplied. It was like turning the key to another reality. I stopped being someone begging for change and became someone living as if it had already happened. The cycle of desire-frustration lost its power until it disappeared. And it's precisely at this point that one of the most effective methods I've discovered for consistent manifestation comes in, without getting trapped in emotional highs and lows. When I realized positive thinking alone wasn't changing my life, I began searching for something deeper. I discovered that true manifestation doesn't just happen in the mind. It happens in the body, emotions, and energy you emit. It wasn't enough to occasionally think, I am prosperous. I had to live as if I already was, to feel as if my desire were already fulfilled. I had to embody every emotional detail, as if I were inside a movie where a happy ending was already guaranteed. Instead of creating mental wish lists, I began constructing complete scenes in my mind. If I wanted health, I imagined running, feeling the wind on my face, my heart pounding with joy. If I wanted prosperity, I pictured myself smiling as I opened letters with good news or toasting with friends in spontaneous celebrations. These weren't just thoughts. They were vivid sensory experiences infused with real emotion. It was like programming my body to get used to the future before it arrived. The crucial insight: emotions are the language of the body and thoughts are the language of the mind. If I wanted to reprogram my biology, I needed both working together. Saying, I am healthy wasn't enough if I felt fear inside. I had to consciously generate feelings of gratitude, joy, love, because these emotions are compatible with what I wanted to create. A powerful exercise I still use. I play inspiring music and let my body dance what my heart wants to manifest. I realized every sensory detail matters. When I visualized, I add textures, smells, sounds, tastes, anything to make the scene feel even more real to my brain. The more real it feels internally, the faster the quantum field responds. This isn't about mechanically repeating affirmations. It's about building an inner experience so rich that the body has no choice but to adapt to this new frequency. And when the body believes, the external world doesn't take long to reflect it. But for this to truly work, I learned there are 3 essential elements that support this practice and turn it into a powerful catalyst for any transformation. 1. Total presence, not just superficially imagining, but feeling as if the dream is happening now. 2. Emotional consistency, the invisible fuel that keeps creation alive. Gratitude and joy can't be just morning meditation practices. They must linger like a fragrance throughout the day. 3. Detachment from the how, the hardest for most, letting the quantum field handle the path while you hold the vision. And emotion requires trust. Without presence, emotion is weak. Without consistency, the field won't stabilize. Without detachment, the mind clings to old limiting beliefs. When I combine these 3, I create a wave of coherence so strong that manifestation stops being an effort and becomes a natural consequence. It's not about forcing anything. It's about living in a state where miracles are already the norm, not the exception. And it was in this process that I discovered something even more powerful than imagining and feeling: declaration. Declaring something aloud with gratitude and certainty plant a flag on the mountaintop of your vision. Words are energy waves, and every time I say, "I am prosperous," or "my healing is complete," I'm shaping the invisible world that will soon manifest before my eyes. At first, talking to myself in the mirror felt silly, almost childish. But over time, I noticed my body reacting to each word, as if receiving a direct command. Now, I declare daily what I'm creating, not waiting for inspiration, but generating emotion through declaration. To amplify this, I speak as if I'm giving thanks for something that's already happened. Asterisk, thank you, because I am now healthy. Asterisk, gratitude, because prosperity has arrived. Asterisk, this is anticipatory gratitude, an energetic signature of certainty. A practical exercise. Write 5 solid affirmations and repeat them morning and night. Like, asterisk, the mission of my life is already flourishing. Asterisk, love fills every area of my existence. Asterisk, by doing this, I'm not just wishing, I'm assuming. I'm positioning myself as someone who already has what they seek. And life, as always, responds to who you are, not what you beg for. But generic declarations aren't enough. Directing them strategically to key life areas, wealth, love, health, and life purpose, unlocks even greater power. For wealth, asterisk, money flows to me from known and unknown sources. Asterisk, my mind is a magnet for prosperous opportunities. Asterisk, for love. Asterisk, I am worthy of deep, true love. Asterisk, my heart attracts healthy, uplifting relationships. Asterisk, for health. Asterisk, every cell in my body vibrates in perfect harmony. Asterisk, for life purpose. Asterisk, my purpose is clear and guide me with ease and power. Asterisk, as these areas began flourishing, I understood the real secret. Turning practice into a daily commitment, a sacred discipline that keeps mind and heart aligned with the future that's already real. True magic doesn't happen in the extraordinary. It happens in the simple, repeated every day. Visualizing once, declaring twice, feeling 3 times, then return to old habits won't work. Transformation requires daily dedication, like brushing your teeth or showering. It's mental and soul hygiene. Every day, I reinforce a new identity, the new frequency, the new field of possibilities. At first, it's like pushing a heavy rock uphill. But suddenly, momentum builds and movement becomes natural, almost inevitable. Synchronicities multiply. Positive events chain like dominoes. This isn't magic. It's physics applied to human behavior. It's vibrational coherence in its purest form. I learned to treat my commitment as sacred, not out of obligation, but as a daily choice to live aligned to the future that already exists in the quantum field. If my mind tries to sabotage me, I smile and say, asterisk, today more than ever, I stand firm. Asterisk, this was my silent pact, a vow of loyalty to my own potential. The greatest gift I gave myself was this loving discipline. And in this continuous flow, my reality began transforming so dramatically that today, looking back, I know true manifestation isn't forced. It's cultivated, like tending a flame until it becomes a living fire in your hands. You now hold the map to step out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. But remember, knowledge without application is just information lost in the wind. What will you do with this? Keep thinking, or finally live as if your future is already here? The power has always been yours. It was only asleep, waiting for you to awaken to this new reality. If this resonated with you, write in the comments, asterisk, I choose to create my new reality. Asterisk, I want to see who's ready to take this commitment to their own greatness. Let me know if you like any refinements or additional formatting.